my gosh, this screen. My kids literally have destroyed the screen, so it's really weird. I'm actually on a whole different device right now than what I typically am on. This particular one is destroyed. I don't know what they did with this. I wait for some of you guys to get on. We're going to talk a little bit. We're going to talk real quick. We're going to talk. I'm just currently freshening up my makeup really quick. Don't ask me. Kids always messing with something. That's exactly why I wanted to do this and fix it. That's exactly why. This is exactly why. Oh my gosh. Yep. This is exactly why. I have my nose ring in this particular area. I'm gonna. I've been wanting to switch this nose ring out for so long. I just haven't gotten the chance to. You guys, I had my era where I was crazy into piercing. When I was younger, I was crazy about piercings. Glad I never did my tongue. I'm glad. I am so glad that's something I never did. I am so glad I never did that one. There were so many girls at the time, my age, who were doing their tongue a lot. That is one thing I'm so glad I never did. Looking back, I'm like, glad I never dabbled into that foolishness. But this particular foundation is so weird to me. I'm doing it kind of to the side, y'all, because my mirror is over here. So y'all can't really see me. So I guess since I'm doing that, let's talk about it. Since I am doing my makeup and I'm over here on the side, Lord, I need you now. Oh, Lord, have mercy on me. What did I just do? Whenever you hear me say those words, just know. Okay. So let's talk about it. This is really literally, when I do these live, it's just me trying to catch up. Because we have this platform and we're hardly on here. So, you know. Let's talk. Let's talk about it, okay? So when we first came to this channel, we started talking about a lot of what's has been happening in our lives with my husband's family and all of that great stuff, right? Now, I want you guys to use this in like general terms. Obviously, use this as it applies to your personal life, whatever it is that you've got going on. Often, you kidding me? That it you're not easy. Okay, I put it in. No, wow. Okay, so apply this to your life. And oftentimes, you know, I think I've said this before. I think I've spoken about this before. But we still get this often, I say. And a lot of people still think this way. So I think every now and then it's necessary to bring it up. Because not everybody have heard it. Whatever. Anyway, oftentimes, you know, when people speak up about the things that other people have done to them or are doing to them, oftentimes you get Christians. If you're not a Christian, it probably doesn't apply to you. You have Christians who are so quick to say, they always use Jesus. They always use the Lord. They always use your faith. I find things like that and people like that actually to be quite manipulating. Not everything is about God. God don't have nothing to do with the messes of people and their evil ways and the things that they're doing. I think as Christians and maybe just in general as a society, we need to stop quickly turning everything to, well, Jesus will want you to do this. Well, Jesus will want you to do that. God will want you to do this. And it's like, not everything is about God. God's not involved in people's evil ways and the things that they choose to do. Which brings me to my other point is, you know, I see that, you know, Satan is blinding a lot of people to mistake speaking up and seeking justice as revenge. You know, when you speak up about things that people do to you, people are so quick to say, well, you're looking for revenge or you're trying to get back at them. Or you're still mad at them, you haven't forgiven them, you get all of these different things. And it's like, people do realize that you can forgive someone from a distance and never allow those people back into your life. You can forgive people and not have reconciliation because the two are two complete different things. I forgive you, but that doesn't mean that you need to be in my life. I forgive you, that doesn't mean that I've forgotten about what you've done. I forgive you doesn't mean that justice should not be served. That's like, you know, I hate to put it this way, that's like someone murdering someone's family member. And although, you know, as Christians, you might forget about it, you might forgive them because that's what the Bible calls you to do. That doesn't mean you have to have that person in your life. It's just two different things. The main thing is that you forgive. Doesn't mean that you have to allow these people in your life. Or it doesn't mean that you have not forgiven the people who have hurt you. So I want you guys to keep that in mind because people are so quick to say, well, you haven't forgiven this person. And it's like, well, I have, but it's not necessary for them to be in my life because that does more harm than good, especially when you're in a predicament where people refuse to grow, where people refuse to acknowledge their wrongs. You cannot force people to acknowledge their wrongs. You cannot force people to respect you. You cannot force people to like you, love you, whatever the case may be. You simply can't. You can only control yourself. And part of controlling yourself, your mental health, because all of this plays in hand. I think as a society, people need to be very careful with forcing people to allow people into their lives or force people to be around people who are detrimental to their health, all on the basis of, well, I believe that if you forgive them, then you allow them back into your life. And it's like, no, I can forgive someone, but for my health and my sanity, my mental health, physical, emotional, is not healthy to keep certain people in your life, especially when those people are making no moves on changing. They're stuck in their ways, right? People are stuck in their ways and they don't want to change. So as a society, we need to quit telling people, well, Jesus would do this, Jesus would do that. I'll tell you one thing, what Jesus will not do. Jesus does not want his children to suffer. He doesn't want his children to suffer in silence. He doesn't want evil to be done and no light is being shined upon it. He's a God of justice. Okay? He is not a God of confusion. So we have to understand not everything is, well, if you speak on your experiences, which everybody have the right to do so, if you speak on your experiences, that doesn't deem you as being a terrible person. I can seek justice. I can speak up. I can be a voice for those who are voiceless and still be a great person. The two can definitely coexist. But I think oftentimes as Christians, people just have this mentality, and that's why so many people use people's faith against them. Well, a Christian wouldn't do this. Well, a Christian wouldn't do that. Well, if you love God, if you're truly a follower of God, you wouldn't do this. No, honey, I am a follower of God. Okay? But that doesn't mean I'm going to tolerate certain things. And if you read your Bible, you will understand all of this. If people actually read their Bibles, they will understand that God does not stand for the things that they believe that he stands for, all on the basis of, well, forgive. Yeah, you can forgive. You can definitely forgive, but you don't have to have those people in your life for your own protection, your family's protection. Some people are stuck in their ways and they have no intentions on changing. There ain't nothing you can say or do, and that's completely okay. You got to accept people where they are, and that's just the reality of things. A reminder, Jesus never said let them abuse you, okay? For anybody who's listening to this and you have people trying to use your faith against you, trying to demean you because of your faith and trying to make it seem as if you're less than of what you believe in because of your faith, remember these words. Jesus never said let them abuse you. Jesus never said don't walk away. He never said that. If people are doing evil things to you, people are not good to you, it's okay to walk away. It's 100% okay to walk away. Jesus never said don't walk away. Jesus didn't put you in this life to suffer at the hands of evil people. He didn't. Jesus never said forget that it happened. Jesus never said that. He never said that. Jesus never said keep it a secret. Everything that they're doing to you, keep it a secret to keep the peace. A lot of people do that. And honey, I know your mental health is dying. I know it is, because it's just eating you up, holding all that stuff in, trying to keep it a secret, trying to keep the peace. Well, honey, I've been there. Good luck with that. Your mental health is going to go down, down, down. Trying to protect people who could care less about you and what they're doing to you and the harm that they're causing upon you. All in the name of to save face, in the name of to keep the peace, all while you're dying on the inside. And is affecting you overly. Let's keep the peace. Make everything look like it's perfect. Make everything look like it's okay when it's not. Because that's family. Be quiet. Don't say anything. Sweep it under the rug. That's their mom. That's their dad. That's their sister. That's their this. Let's just keep it a secret. Don't ever mention this is family business. And who's thinking about you during the whole time that all of this is happening? Who's keeping you in mind? Who's thinking about your feelings and how it's affecting you? Your mental health, your overall health. Who's thinking about that? You're busy trying to protect everybody else and save face and keep the peace because you don't want to cause any drama. You don't want to stir up anything. Well, who's thinking about you and how everything that they're doing and how it makes you feel? When they all gather around and they're talking. And one thing too that I want to say, just because people don't bring stuff to social media doesn't make them any better. Best believe people talking. Just because it's not being brought to social media doesn't mean that it's not happening. Personally, I trust people who are more open with what they're going through than those who are hiding it behind closed doors. I do. I really do. I trust people who are open. Like if you're going to be a racist, be an open racist. I mean, you loud about it, right? You have so much hate in your heart if this is how you feel. Let it be out. Speak about it. If that's who you are, be loud about it. Show it. We need to know who you are so we know how to move around you. All that fake stuff, I don't do it. If you are a racist, be a proud racist. Be who you are. We need to see who you are so we know how to move around you. Be loud with it. And luckily for me, they've been pretty loud about it. So I know how to move. But you know you got undercover racists. But if you truly pay attention, you will see people's true intentions. And you will see who they are without having to even think twice. You know. But like I said, man, don't buy the foolery. Don't have people out here gaslighting you into believing this is what Jesus will want you to do. Yeah, this is what Jesus will want me to do. You're absolutely right. This is what he will want me to do. He wants me to speak up for the voiceless. He didn't give me a voice for no reason. There are people who are going through exactly what I am going through, and they've been quiet. I know because I was there. And once I have my voice, nobody can take that away. I'm going to speak up, and I'm going to shine light on these things. Because these things are happening. I believe that God puts us through things for a reason. What are the odds that I run into a racist? My husband's family is racist. What are the odds? There's a lot of things that I've been through in my life. There's a lot of things that I've been through in my life. Like everything, you guys, with my life and how everything has played out, everything makes sense. You know, I do believe God aligned me with these folks for a reason, as unfortunate as it might be. I do believe there's a reason for that. I remember years back, I was talking to someone, and I was young at the time, maybe like 20. I don't know how old I was, but I know I was fairly young. And this person was obviously a lot more mature in their thinking now that I look back on it, and a lot more mature in their faith. So, but looking back on it, they were like, you ever thought that maybe you're the chosen one? I was like, and that was my first time ever hearing anyone say anything like that. I was like, the chosen one? Chosen for what? What are you talking about? And he was like, you ever thought that you're the chosen one? I'm like, okay, elaborate. Well, maybe because God is putting you through all of this because he's chose you. He knows that you're the person for the job. Not everybody has it in them. Not everybody is equipped. God has a path for every single person on this earth. You know, and mine is having a voice. You know, not everybody is able to be as vocal. Not everybody is able to be as strong. Not everyone is able to be as, did I already say vocal? You know, vocal and able to speak up about their experiences and the things that they're going through. Not everyone has it in them. Which always brings me back to the passage of Moses, right? When God called Moses to free his people, Moses didn't think like the job was not for him. He was like, no. And there's been many times where I was like, as far as like my faith wise, and I believe all of this goes hand in hand. It all aligns with my faith. But many times, you know, not everybody is as vocal about what they believe in and their walk with Jesus. And a lot of people are very quiet about it. A lot of people don't speak up about it. And some just don't believe, period, right? But I'm always pretty vocal about what I believe in and my faith and my walk with Jesus. And there's been many times where I'm like, but God, why do I even have to speak on this? Why do I even got to talk about this? And I do believe that he has chosen me. Not everyone has been chosen. Everybody have their own personal paths in this life. God has something different for everybody. I do believe that I was aligned with these people for exactly what we've been doing now, and that is speaking up and seeking justice for those who have come before us and those who are still going through what we're going through currently. I believe everything happens for a reason. What are the odds? I can't tell you guys everything, but in my past, there's a lot of things that happen in this situation, and being aligned with these kind of people, it all makes sense. Um, as to why everything has played out the way that it has. And I think once you see things that way, you start to walk differently. You start to look at life in from a different perspective, from a different view. So, but yeah, long story short, you can't change people. People are going to be who they want to be. There's a saying that many of us have heard: can't teach an old dog new tricks. Folks are stuck in their ways, they're stuck in their ways. And although I don't quite like that saying, because I believe there's a lot of older people out here who are not like that. They're willing to learn. They're very open-minded. I see it every day. So I don't quite like that saying, but it does apply to certain people. Not everyone, not every person is like that. Like, for instance, for me, I'm always willing to learn. No matter how old I get, I believe I'm always going to be that way. I'm always willing to learn. I'm open to criticism. I'm open to hearing what other people have to say, because I understand not everybody is going to agree with me. And that's okay, because we're all different people. We're all different beings. And I'm always just willing to learn from others. I'm open to it. I don't think that I know everything. I absolutely do not. I do not know everything. And that's how I learn. From being open, I learn from others. Because I don't have this, you can't tell me nothing. This is me. This is who I am. I'm going to be this way forever. No. No. I want to learn. Teach me something new. Teach me something I don't know. Is there something about me that I can improve on? Honey, I want to learn. So you got folks like me. Again, like I said, my entire life, I've been this way, and I'm going to continue to be this way. Open to learning. Open to hearing other people's perspective, because things are not just, one way. It's not just black and white. There's so much learning to do in this world, and we all learn from each other, whether good or bad, right? One thing that I always teach my kids, your friends will either make you or break you. They've heard that so many times. So the company that you keep, things could be good. You can learn good things, or you can learn bad things. The choice is yours. But I think staying open-minded, hearing other people's perspective, learning about other people's walks of life, because I'm not the only one on this planet. There's other people out here, with amazing perspectives. There's this lady that I call my internet mom, who I've learned so much from, because I lost my mom at a young age. I've learned so much from her over the last few years from following her. I've learned so much from her. Things that I want to implement when it's my time to be a grandmother, things I'm learning. And this is an older woman, so I usually, when it comes to learning and ways of life, I normally seek older counsel, because they've been there, they've done that. I normally don't seek people my age. I seek older counsel on the intentions that they've been there, they've done that. And of course, not every older person is wise, right? So you got to also pick and choose with that. But she is very, very wise. And I've learned a lot from her over the years. motherhood wise, being a grandmother, faith. You know, I've learned a lot through her. And that's why I love social media. There's so many amazing people out there to learn from, grow from. And then, of course, most importantly, always make sure you read your Bible. You know, you don't have to take people's word for anything. Like if I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you guys about a certain topic from the Bible or whatnot, always feel free to go and look up these passages yourself, learn it for yourself, be open-minded. Get out there and read your stuff, learn for yourself, and, you know, fully read the text and get a wide understanding of what the passage is trying to say and how it's trying to speak to you or speak to us in general. But I definitely believe everything happens for a reason. Is this how I want this to look? I do believe everything happens for a reason, you guys. It does, it does. As annoying as it might be, as annoying as it might be, I've come to terms with a lot of stuff. Oftentimes I'm like, God, why me? Why do I have to be, you know, in this mess with these people? But then I am reminded as to why, you know. There's a lot of amazing families out there, and I just so happen to be a part of this. That's the best way I'm going to describe it to be nice. Let's just say this, you know. But there's a reason. Oh, Lord, I need you now. This is a hot mess. This is so pretty, but I never use it, ever. Never, ever use it. I should, but I never use this. If I'm not mistaken, I think my sister got me this for a gift at some point. Okay, so I shouldn't say I don't use it. Okay, I do. I use this one. I use that one, that one. I just don't use it as often, and this one. I just don't use it as often because I don't really do a lot of glam stuff like that. You know, I don't really go to too many places like I used to. I don't be doing too much. You know, now catch me outside back in the day. Then it'll be a different topic. But nowadays, you know, I'm a mom. My whole life, honestly speaking, revolves around motherhood. I know saying that sounds horrible. I know there's a lot of people who are like, grab my purse, clutch my pearls. I know. But guys, that's just the season that I'm in right now. I know that's not a good thing necessarily. Yes, love your kids, but your whole world revolving around them. And I know there's different topics and stuff regarding that and different viewpoints. But the season that I'm in, that's just what it is for me, you know? I don't have a nanny. I don't have obviously a mother-in-law. I lost my mom when I was young, so it's literally just me and John, and if you guys been following us for a while, you know my sister. So it's just me and my husband and my sister, really. I'm not like all these YouTubers who got the nannies, who got the mother-in-laws. They got the mother, the fathers. They have the extended help. They have the village. Well, I live in America, and a lot of my family, unfortunately, are still back home. So my village is non-existent here, being in the States. And a lot of people can relate to that. If you're not from here, a lot of people can relate to that. So, hi Arnett. Hi Rick. A lot of people can relate to that. So it is what it is. So if y'all don't catch us on these YouTube streets, that's why I do these lives. Like I try the whole to edit a vlog and put a vlog out, but we don't have that kind of time on our hands. It will be great, and we really want to connect with everyone, but it's hard to do. So whenever I get a chance, random times like this, I get on here and I chat with y'all about numerous different topics, and thank you so much, Arnett. I try. By the grace of God. I don't want to give myself any credit. I give all the glory to God. Glory be to God. He is a great God, that's for sure. No credit to me. I thank him for the strength and everything. Thank you, Jesus. All glory be to God. Because y'all, when I'm out there and I tell people I have 6 kids, especially being a homeschool mom, I get the question all the time, how do you do it? I get it all the time. I'm like, the glory of God. The glory of God. God is good, man. God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. It is all God. It ain't me. He gives me strength when there is no strength. He gives me peace where there is no peace. He gives me hope where there is no hope. God is good all the time. So I was just fixing up my makeup really quick, you guys. I have braids in. I have some stuff going on right now, so I was just trying to freshen up my face before I do that. These are like personal stuff for us that we might or might not share online, but I was just trying to freshen up my face for that. So, but I have braids underneath this right now. And I thought while I was freshening up my face, I would go ahead and talk to y'all while I was on here. But that's it, you guys. That is the live. I know we're trying to do the content stuff. We're trying to be on here frequently, but there's different things that I'm thinking about as far as like consistency wise, and we'll have to just, God willing, we'll have to see. But we're here. We're out here. It's just finding the time to edit videos, finding the time to be on here, because life is busy. I did a day in my life. You guys kind of saw a little bit. That's just a little bit of my reality. Literally just a little bit. It's so funny because when I was doing that video, Josie was like, oh, we did a lot on different days. I was like, honey, that was one day. That was one day. I said, you see how much we do in one day? She's like, we did this on that day. I was like, that was one day alone. That was just one day alone. So we are super busy. So if you want to kind of see just a little glimpse into our day, into our life, and how chaotic it is, kind of while we do the shorts, we do these random live videos because we just don't have the village. And it is what it is. God is my village. You know, he's my refuge. So we do shorts and we do lives. And that's just what it is. And absolutely, absolutely, this is not me complaining whatsoever. I love motherhood. I was made for exactly this. I am so grateful for each and every one of my children. Yeah, yeah, we got a lot going on. I'm grateful for all of them. I'm just speaking like the truth of the matter as to why like we're not on here as often as we would like to be, because that's just the season of life that we're in right now. We're just really busy with so much going on, you know, and of course, family first. So the kids first before we even think about anything social media or anything of that matter. And every now and then, like I try to, you know, capture certain things. I try my best with what we can, but you know, that's just the season of life that we're in currently. Yeah, my oldest is almost 18, which is a big thing. I'm more focused on that currently too, and dealing with that, and bonding and all of that. So it's just the season of life that we're in. So the channel will be here when things die down and cool down a little bit. We'll be here, but we're just in a busy season of life right now, enjoying the kids, you know, and just being in these moments with them, and of course just capturing it as we go as much as we possibly can. And we do vlog a lot, I would say, but we don't have the time to edit. Okay, so for me, vlogging is really just capturing our day-to-day life and, you know, things that we want to remember years from now, and just creating these memories for our family. And we typically share it with y'all, but it's finding the time to sit and edit those videos. We just don't have the time to do it, you know. And editing is important because in certain atmosphere, you know, there are certain people in the background that you don't want to be in there. So I can't bring y'all with me with every live video that I do, you know, because we're in certain places. We're constantly in different areas, and I'm on live. We're constantly in different areas. You good? We're constantly in different areas and stuff. So editing is important depending on the environments that we're in, because we're constantly on the go. When I tell you I'm hardly ever home, I am literally hardly ever home. So, and I can't always do a live video. I try to. Every now and then when we're like somewhere, like I'll do it live with y'all, but you know, reality, I just can't do that all the time because of the environment that we're in. So, but there's different things that I've been thinking about. We'll see. I won't share it right now. We'll see what will happen. God willing, we shall see. If God says yes, nobody can say no. So we leave it all in God's hands. We will see what will happen. I'm just cleaning up my mess, y'all, and making sure that I don't leave anything over here for the kids to come and mess with, because they will. Their favorite thing, I don't know if you guys deal with toddlers, okay? The two girls, my two youngest girls, their favorite thing, bathroom. Forget the toys, forget anything. The bathroom, just say this is their home, okay? This is their home. This is where they live. They live in the bathroom, okay? This is where they live. This is their home. I come in here, makeup, everything is splattered all over the floor. If I don't pick it up, if I don't move it, make sure it's out of the way. So if I'm like rushing and I have stuff going on, which is often, and I leave stuff around this area, I come back, everything, just forget it. Everything's a hot mess. A lot of my makeup and stuff has gotten destroyed, and it's just a wrap. So I gotta make sure, like, I move all this stuff from here if I'm not in like a big hurry, because if I forget and I come back in here, I'm like, what happened? What actually happened in here? And then we have this stool. It's actually a potty seat, like a trainer seat for kids, you know. We have this, and they love to come on here They use this stool. Okay, this is their home. I'm telling you, this is their home. By the way, this thing is really nice. We love this. When you're potty training your little ones, this is a great tool to have. But this is the fact that it has ladders. And we love that it have ladders so they can wash their hands when they're done using the restroom. But then they're using it for other stuff, y'all. They just destroy everything. Okay? That's the season of life that we're in. It is what it is. They're a big blessing. And one day we're going to miss all these moments. Because they grow up so quick. They grow up really, really fast. I would know my oldest is almost an adult. Like what? It goes really fast. So just enjoying these moments. It is definitely not a burden. I don't get upset about it. You know, but just making sure I don't leave it here. Because then they stain their clothes with the makeup and stuff. But I love it. I love everything about motherhood. I love being a mom. I love it. I'm so grateful to God. I love it. I love it. You know, does it have its struggles? Absolutely. You know, with everything. Even if I was a mom of one. You know, I think I saw the other day, and this is perfect. I love what this person said. This lady was literally crying. She made a video and she was crying and she was talking about how she doesn't have, or how hard motherhood is. She was talking about how hard motherhood is and how she doesn't even have time to think, don't have time for herself. And, you know, she was just kind of venting, right? And people were like, it's not necessarily, I think she has like 4 kids. I think she was talking about the amount of kids that she also has. And someone commented and said, it's not the amount of kids that you have, it's the amount of support that you don't have. And I felt that. I was like, that's what it is. And that's why in Africa, and you have everybody saying this quote now, right? It comes from Africa. It takes a village. Because back home, like I said, my family's not here. A lot of my family is still back home. It takes a village. Where we come from, that's what we believe in. That's what we Africans believe in. It takes a village to raise children. It's not just a mom and dad. We believe every person plays a role. But I love what that person said. It's not the amount of kids that you have. It's the non-existent support that you don't have. Because you can have one child and it will still be hard. You know, raising children is the hardest job that you will ever do. I don't care what anyone says is the hardest. Because how these kids turn out is all dependent upon your shoulder. The type of people that they're going to be is all dependent upon your shoulder. And it's the hardest job in the world, making sure you raise good, kind people. And for me, that's very, very important. That beats anything under this sun. I don't care, money, anything. The type of people that I raise will beat anything. I want to make sure I raise kind, loving, respectful, you know, honest, caring, you know, all the fruits of the spirit, if you know what I mean. You know, these are the kind of people that I want to raise. And for me, that's what would make my heart happy. Knowing that I have good, loving, respectful, kind-hearted, honest children who are going to bring nothing but goodness to this society. And, you know, I'm raising a bunch of them. So it's a huge job. But support is important as well. And if you don't have it, that's okay too. You know, you land on the shoulders of God, and you just go from there. But I love what that person said. I 100% agree with it. Whether you have one child, raising children is not an easy job, and support is necessary, is appreciated. So it's not about the amount of kids you have, it's about the support. You either got it or you don't. And that's just what it is. Because, you know, oftentimes people are like, oh my gosh, you have all these kids. And it's like, even if I have one kid, and I love when I have the moms. You guys, I get this all the time. I'll be in the store with all the kids and I'll have a mom or even a dad. They'll come up to me. How do you do it? I have just one child and I'm having a hard time. Oh my gosh, if I could just vlog every single time a mom or a dad comes up to me and says that, y'all, I get it all the time. Like, often. Like, how do you do it? I have just one and I can't even keep up. I'm like, honey, it's the grace of God. Y'all stop asking me these questions because it ain't me. It is God. It is a God thing. It is a God thing. It is truly a God thing. It's not, it ain't me. I don't like to give myself credit at all. at all. It is all Jesus. But I think I have all this stuff cleaned up over here, y'all. I'm going to get off live. This was just kind of a random live. I was like, okay, well, I'm refreshing myself up. Let me go on here and just talk. I don't even know. I feel like I kind of looked at this a little bit, but then I didn't. And I don't like what I did up at the top. I don't think it really matters. So yeah, that is my words for the month. Is not, or maybe that might just be words that I live by, you know, because it relates to me. It's not about the amount of kids you have, it's about the amount of support that you don't have. I'm like, that is a whole sermon, child. One kid is not easy. I don't know why I feel like this matters and I need to take this off, because you're literally not even going to see it, but I just don't like that it's bothering me. I didn't even realize that was there. Yeah, you guys, kids are amazing. And having a village is important. But it is what it is. Pray for me, y'all. And I'm saying that in like the most humble way possible, in the like the most nonchalant way. But regardless, you know, we've got God, so God keeps it all afloat. He is good, man. He's a good God. Seriously. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get off of here. I was just chatting. I'm gonna take this off my head. I love this bonnet. This is one bonnet that actually stays on my head. At this point, it's a hat. Okay, I wear it everywhere. At this point, it's my hat. If I don't want to do my hair, I throw it up. This is my new hat. This thing is super comfortable. It actually stays in place. When I get up, it doesn't disappear off my head. I need to find one of these for the girls, because the one that Josie has comes right off her head. Every single night comes right off her head. Esther's right off her head. So I need to find something that will actually stay on their hair like mine does. We do make hair bonnets, but y'all, my sewing machine and all that stuff is just messed up. So for now, we just have to find something that's gonna stay on there, because we usually make the adjustable ones. But I really like these. Man, this stuff just, I love it. It stays on really nice. So it doesn't move at all throughout the night. Any other bonnet that I've ever used slides right off when you wake up in the morning. It's so frustrating, because it's like, what's the point? The bonnet is cute. We get the idea of why we need it, but then it doesn't work. Then you have this, and this works really nicely. So I'm actually talking to y'all on my tablet. I don't know how I feel about this, but it is a bigger screen. It's interesting, but I kind of feel like it's not the quantity is just not the same as my phone. I feel like the quantity is lower. Oh yeah, duh. It is lower. It really is lower. Yeah, it's lower, duh. Man, the difference, that's crazy. I mean, not too much, but definitely is different. Quantity is. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna go. Maybe I'll have one of the kids come and say hi to y'all. So it wasn't just a video, it was just me. Now I'm sweating. Josie! Josie! You wanna come say hi? You wanna come say hi quick? Not everybody. Come say hi. Say hi. Can they see you?
Yeah.
I think they can. I think they can. We're rocking ours. Come on. Somebody spilled water all over the floor. So watch your feet. I didn't even see that before. Anyway. Jojo and our these are our Easter dresses. We weren't supposed to be rocking these yet, but you know, we have something going on as to why we have it on. So, but y'all, I'm very careful of what I share nowadays on social media. I don't share anything until it's happened. People are weird. We legit have stalkers. I'm not even kidding. But I'm not going to talk about that because that could get into legal stuff. So we legit have stalkers. So it's kind of why y'all kind of see the channel too, kind of the way that it is. But anyway, we don't share anything until it's set in stone. Anyway, yeah. So these are our Easter dresses, technically, but we're wearing it now. It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
She said yeah. She said yeah.
Easter.
I literally just took her hair. I know, so cute. Easter Esther. I literally just took her hair out of the braids. And I just left it like this.
What is that?
I don't know, you have some kind of lint in your hair, girlfriend. So, yeah. Yeah. Look how big Josie is. If y'all been watching us for years, that is insane. Can you believe she's going to be 9 soon? She's going to be 9. Are you ready for that?
Yeah.
You're actually ready to be 9?
I'm ready for my birthday.
You're ready for your birthday, but are you ready to be 9? Actually, I know you are. Because you said that you just want to stay 12, right? You just want to stay at 12.
Yeah.
So when you get to 12, you don't want to get any older than that. You just want to kind of keep it like that.
Yeah.
You're trying to be a teenager, she said. So I feel you, girl.
Don't want to be 13.
Don't want to be 13, man. All right. Growing up is a trap. Don't do it. I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. I'm with you. But yeah, that's it. You say bye. I just wanted you to say hi because it was just me on the live. So I was like, maybe I should bring one of you guys in to say hi. So it wasn't just a live. That was Mom. So, yeah. I think this girl looks like me, y'all. Everybody always says the kids look like John. Like, come on now. Yeah, give me some credit here. Everybody's like, oh, all the kids look like John. I'm like, come on. Nathan's my twin, first of all. Josie's my twin, second of all. I see a lot of me in Josie and Nathan. Josie and Nathan, I see a lot of me. Maybe the other kids a little bit, yeah. But I see a lot of Nathan and Joe. Nathan and Joe. I see me a lot. A lot. They're just like a version of their mom. That's all. That's it. What do you think? Do you think you look like me? Yeah. Okay, y'all. We're gonna go. I have to end it over here. Okay.